because our people like this social networking, attending housewarming, marriages, naming ceremonies, parties, uh, and so many other social events. But because if he had been in the social media, we would have maybe had about him, but really very little is known about him as an individual.
Okay. Well, we will just leave it there. We now have our mayor in London. That's very important, not only to the Londoners, but also to everyone because of the financial capital situation of our dear city. And of course, the Queen gave a message yesterday, and so many things were discussed, but we will not have enough time to go into that because they are doing justice to that and on other forums. We just want to look at what's going on in the Middle East. We have seen in the last 1 week serious clashes between the Israelis and the Palestinians. We understand that the Temple Mount has been the main issue. As we are told, the Israelis want to move some Palestinians out of East Jerusalem, where many of the Palestinians have settled. I've been there personally. I've been to that area of Jerusalem, and it's like an Arab city. I mean, the food, the restaurants, the people, and you go to the other side, you see all the Jews. So I think they've been living together fairly well until now. They have described this war as one of the terrible ones they've seen in the many years past. But then we hope that things will de-escalate. But Nat, can you bring us up to date? What's all this hulabaloo about again?
Well, I think what has been happening or what we have witnessed the past 2 weeks is really not new. It's
Mm.
just a build up to what has happened in the past, and the future doesn't really look better than what we are seeing now, especially when it comes to this issue of recognizing Israel as an independent state and recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And the Palestinians are also laying claim to the same East Jerusalem as their own capital. But we know that Donald Trump moved the capital of Israel from Tel Aviv to to
You mean
to
he moved
Jerusalem.
the embassy, the embassy?
Yes, well, the embassy, by implication, embassies are supposed to be in the state capital, not in
Yeah, but
any province.
he could not move the capital. He's an American, and I mean he had the power to move the embassy, and he did. But did
Well,
that?
historically, he's been there for years, but no, most of the American president, when the date arrived, they just shift the date maybe by another 6 months or another 1 year. And so,
Political correctness, isn't it? Mm.
yes, and I've noticed this has been a historical struggle that has been on, struggle for land, struggle for recognition, and struggle for independence. And we can also, and the challenge, the trouble has always started at the Temple Mount. It always
Mm.
had always started at the Western Wall. The problem had always started around the Alaska mosque. And so it's an ongoing thing. We
Tell
know
us
there
what's so
was,
special about these Temple Mount and the Alaska Mosque. The Muslims went to build this mosque on their holy ground, and some people say even it's not the particularly holy ground, but some people believe it is the holy ground, and it's going to cause war and mayhem, especially as the end time has come by the prophecies. What do we need to know more?
what we need to know more is this issue of where the present Alaska mosque is standing, the foundation which is standing. Some people believe that that is where the Solomon's temple,
Yes.
the temple that Solomon built, they think the mosque is standing on that foundation. But there's another school of thought that it may not be the same spot, where Solomon's temple was, just a little bit to the north, so some few meters or so. But the struggle has been on, and because also that is linked with the politics, not only within the Middle East, but also the politics in America. Most American presidents will always want to be very close allies to Israel, especially their strategic position in the Middle East. And currently, what we have in Israel, politically, Benjamin Netanyahu is just there more like a caretaker prime minister now. They have had 4 elections in 2 years, and nobody has come out to win the elections. And the Palestinians think that this opportunity of a time gap of no stable government in Israel, they could intensify their fight or intensify their struggle. But we want to see what happens the next few days, few weeks, and even months to come.
Okay, thank you. Mark, should we be afraid of anything? The United Nations said this could escalate into a full blown out war. Should we be afraid?
Well, like Dr. Nat said, the situation with Israel and Palestinians is not a new thing. But for the past 7 years, there have been these calm and ceasefire situation. So this new intensified action since last week is very, very alarming, because Hamas is targeting Israel offices in Gaza. You know, the Gaza city also is a border with the Palestinians and the Israelis. So rockets are being fired. We also saw videos of massive firing of rockets. Thank God for what they call Iron Dome. The Iron Dome by the Israelis could pick rockets and squash it. You know, it just
and it has been very effective in the last few hours. It's been
very effective. If not for that, there would have been more casualty. But so far, 30 deaths on the Palestinian side and 2 from the Israeli side. It's including children. That's the sad part. In Gaza, they said there are 35 Palestinians, including children, that were killed.
Let me ask you a crucial question. Is the United Nations the organization that will settle this problem, or you think the United Nations is a toothless bulldog?
Straight up, Doctor. Straight up, the United Nations is a toothless bulldog. You see, this is why, so at some point, you want to reason with Trump, former United States president. At some point, you see that he has his reasons for some actions. United Nations has lived out its usefulness. Let's be honest. Dr. Nat was saying something before we came to the studio, and that's a fact. United Nations is no more what it stands for. Now it is almost like a political organization. It is no more that organization that should really mediate, negotiate, settle, and do all things for humanity, as they said they should. So you were saying something that's vital, Dr. Segun, and that's that what we're seeing now is from the Christian side, is a biblical prophecy that is happening. We all know what the Bible says, for those of us that read the Bible, about this situation. So these are things that have been beforehand foretold, and yes, we are seeing it live.
Yeah, and for those who read the Bible, they say it talks about the desolation or desecration of the temple site, and the abomination. It's like we're moving fast towards that one, and it will lead to 7 years of tribulation across the globe. I think this tribulation of pandemic is not enough, and now we're going to move now from pandemic to the tribulation that nobody wants to go through because it's going to affect the whole world. Who would have imagined that the pandemic will encircle the whole globe in 2 months. So you cannot imagine the tribulation that they say will take 7 years. And maybe we need to come and go and revisit such prophecies and parts of the Bible when the whole world will be serious tumult. The way we've seen, it looks like the pandemic was a rehearsal of the tribulation that is coming. And to think of it, Mount Meron, people were killed on Mount Meron a few weeks ago, and we were all mourning and very sad. Now another mount is causing trouble in Israel. How many mountains are there in Israel that we are having all these challenges? If not Mount Ararat, it will be Mount Sinai or Mount what? So the only mount that is good in that place is Mount Zion.
Yes.
And
let me also say something. Yes, you're going very deep now, Doctor. I see that you're a pastor, really. The Israel-Palestinian situation is like you said earlier, is a discussion that could take a whole day, because it's been there. You have so many times there are conflicting situations on this issue. As of yesterday in the news, right inside Israel, some Israelis don't like what is happening inside Israel. Some complaining that the attack and the heavy bombardment from the Israel side is not uncalled for. So it's just all mixed up emotion. And this comes to what you're saying. The Bible says that land will never know peace until Jesus comes. It will always be like this. It will be every day one of situation, this happening, that happening. And now we're seeing what the news just said a couple of hours ago, something that might become a full-blown war. Israel said.
And when the Middle East is boiling, the rest of the world cannot sit down. Now, in very quick seconds, Nat, I will look up onto the hills from whence cometh my help. Is this a serious global prophetic challenge? The Bible says, I don't think everybody goes to church, but the Bible says, upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. What do you say, Nat, in 1 minute? We don't have much time.
Well, from my background, where I'm coming from, this challenge, this crisis, the conflict over the control of Jerusalem will not end until Jesus Christ comes back. And incidentally or coincidentally, Jerusalem, Salem is from Shalom, peace.
Shalom, peace.
But that is the city that has never known peace in its history.
and the Israeli ambassador on the British television here says that they are going to defend their territory, and so the Palestinians are not giving up. So we can only pray. The Bible says that pray for the peace of Jerusalem, because there's no way Jerusalem is in turmoil. You think you are far away in Africa or in Australia, you shouldn't look for the peace. So, and in the last 50 years, the Palestinians, if not in the last 2,000 years, that area called Middle East have always been the center of trouble for the international politics. Talk about 1948 coming together of the Israeli nation.
And this also will be a test for Biden. This is a test of his strength and his ability to hold the world as America has always done. So the Palestinians are trying to, this whole thing is coming up because of so many reasons. And one of them is a test for Biden, president.
I agree with you. I know President Trump will have gone one way or the other. He will have been decisive. Unfortunately, Joe Biden is the one in charge. So we'll be looking at how he will do it from the establishment point of view. We'll go on a short break. When we return. Crisis in Aso Rock. Can you believe that petty thieves broke into Aso Rock, or was it just a hop? Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
Ben Television has been going for almost 2 decades now, representing the African, Caribbean, and ethnic communities in the diaspora, especially based in the United Kingdom. We have been providing content, various programs to empower, make an intervention, deliver, and enlighten the mainstream community about what it is to be a BAME in the United Kingdom. For almost 2 decades, this has been our ethos, bridging the gap. Now we seek for your support and partnership in delivering what we need to achieve in the coming generation for our youth, either through training, mentorship, empowerment for their entrepreneurial skill, talent, and in their business. Ben Television, bridging the gap, you're welcome to be with us. Thank you very much for joining and being partners of Ben TV, creating that bridge between the mainstream and the other communities in the United Kingdom and in Europe.
Give yourself away for me.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story magazine full editions.
Thanks for staying with us. The program is You Decide. We give you information, facts, and analysis, but you decide. Now, we've been told of this story on the 9th of May, 2021, that burglars burgled the residences of the secretary to the office of Sulu Gambari. I guess is the chief of staff of President Buhari, and they got away with cash. And also went to one of the administrative staff called Abubakar Mekanu, and they burgled his residence. And these are within the precincts of President Buhari's villa, Aso Rock. We've been told also before, don't forget that there were gunshots in Aso Rock, and nothing has happened. We've not heard of anything. What's the situation? Is this thing getting closer to the main seat of the Nigerian presidency? Nat, please bring us up to date on what happened on the 9th of May in two houses very close to where President Buhari was sleeping.
You know, I think for a better scenario or picture of where this incident took place in the villa or Aso Rock, as some people call it, the presidential villa is located in an area called the Three Arms Zone. And the three arms are the National Assembly, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, representing judiciary, and then the executive arm, represented by the presidential villa. And we have had so many incidences. about the villa that are really not very clear to most Nigerians. Because not too far ago, Garba Shehu, one of the presidential spokesperson, told us that there was fire in the villa, and the explanation we got was that there was somebody smoking passed by and maybe dropped the cigarette. And
that's funny.
Yeah, and the place caught fire. You see, but the Aso Villa happens to be the most fortified place in Nigeria because the president stays there. The security is high, it is tight, and you cannot penetrate. And we have three main layers of security into the villa. You have the DSS gate, we have the brigade of guards, which is top crack soldiers guiding the president. And so the story we are hearing of attempted, some people say it's attempted, some people say burglary took place in Abdulkadir Mekanu's house. Abdulkadir Mekanu is one of the administrative officers, one of the closest officers to Buhari, and then the chief of staff to Buhari himself, Professor Gambari. The locations are, if you know the villa very well, the locations are on Ibrahim Taiwo Road. It's not outside the villa, it's within the villa. And
wow.
It's within the villa. I have a mental picture where that robbery took place. But the problem we have is with not only that incident, but with this government, there is no strategic way of communicating to the people. The communication is very poor because Shehu Garba said foolish attempts were made. But some other officials said burglary took place. And so the question,
semantics, isn't it?
Yeah, so the question we'll be asking, is it the same villa or there's a second villa which most Nigerians don't know? And then if that is happening to the president, then there should be questions should be asked, we should have correct answers, and then some heads should roll. At one time, Aisha Buhari had to leave the villa for 6 months because of, she said, security. She didn't feel secured. But for this to happen, and again, we were told 2 weeks ago that Boko Haram were just some few kilometers away in Niger State, and we were told that the Abuja has been ringed round with Nigerian police and the military. So where did the daredevil robbers, how did they get into the villa? I think the most...
And no head has rolled so far.
No head have rolled so far. Garba said the people who attempted to burgle the Gambari's house were caught on camera. But thereafter, he deleted that statement from his Twitter handle. And so Nigerians are waiting. 2 days, 3 days has passed. I don't know how long it's going to take the police to do any investigation. But this
let me ask Mark in Milan. Mark,
yes.
Should we be afraid for the life of Mr. President? If they could be that close to him, should we be seriously afraid? He was staying in the house, probably sleeping at that time. And we understand that Gambari and Mekano couldn't stay in their house anymore since then. So should we be afraid for his life now?
Yeah, yes, Dr. Shegun. It's a very serious situation happening there. Shehu Garba, the presidential spokesman, is not giving us the full story. Moreover, that incident happened on Sunday night. But
Monday morning, 3 a.m.
Yes, early morning, Monday early morning. But it took Shehu Garba, it took him some time to own up. Meanwhile, the news started filtering on the social platform. It started moving on the social platform before he came out to now confirm that yes, so thing happened. And they played with the words. They didn't say yes, it happened. Some people got the facts. The fact is that a butler in that section of the building gave out the news to news people, and Shehu Garuba came in the evening to confirm that yes, so, but it's an attempted robbery. It failed and all that. But the butler that gave the information said cash was taken out. So we got it in Monday. I got the news Monday midday, and I got it from Twitter, a confidant on Twitter, and we know that our people can really source out news. So
yeah,
they need to be afraid of this situation, and they need to face the reality. See, this is that problem we have, Dr. Segun. Our leaders, those in this power presently, are not. They're always lying. They're always giving half truth, half statements, and it doesn't help them. It doesn't help anybody. So why not just say the truth and we begin to find solution? You know, they don't want to look weak. They don't want to look like this thing is coming to them too. So, and that's the fact.
And that takes us to the next item anyway.
Yes,
fake news all over the place. Somebody just woke up and gave a fake news that there's going to be another lockdown in Nigeria, and there is there's a new variant that is killing many, and there's going to be a lockdown, and it went viral, and the whole nation was taken in such a fear that it had to necessitate the federal government to bring out its own counter social media announcement that there's nothing like that, and it's just a fake news. And so we are into a serious problem. Fake news, fake people just making so many things up, and is in a place where there are no serious governance. That's what. Watch this video clip as the federal government tries to erase the effect of the fake news about another lockdown. This is very important for everyone to know.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sani Ali. I'm the National Coordinator for the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. We are aware of a fake message that's been going around on WhatsApp that we've declared a lockdown of the country. This is absolutely not true. I'm calling on the general public to please ignore this message and continue with their normal activities. I'm also calling on the public to make sure that you abide by our non-pharmaceutical interventions, including wearing a face mask in public, washing hands, and keeping your physical distance. There's an established way that we send out messages to the public, including declarations when it comes to infection control. So please ignore what's been going around on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Now, at least for the very first time, the federal government quickly responded to a fake news, which Mark was alluding to, that if we could have the federal government and those in power to quickly respond to issues like these, it will be a better place. What do you say?
We have also known the federal government to come out and say a news is fake when it is true.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Because
very
the Honorable Minister for Information, Lai Mohammed, has done, it's not used to such a game. When the government goofs or says something accidentally or incidentally, he comes out and says fake news, while it is true. Because the Dr. Sani Aliu, the man who was on that picture, doesn't look like the actual man.
Very good. Let me thank you very much, Dr. Nat. Dr. Segun, that news, the initial WhatsApp news is true. What you just played now is the fake news. I sent, I just tweeted something now. Yes, the video Shehu, Sani Aliu is in the UK now, presently in the UK. Yes, I spoke with somebody in his office, and that video is an old video. That's not, it's an old thing. So if you go to the NCDC Twitter handle, it is there that that video should not be adhered to. So this all comes to how clueless and confused our leaders, present leaders are. We don't know we can't have an authentic source of information. This one we talk, this one we talk. The WhatsApp message that was circulating on COVID lockdown is true, because I got it from Channels TV in Lagos. But I think that because of the pressure from the South governors and some other arms of the nation, they refuted that message and said, okay, and it all turned out that they came out with something and said that WhatsApp message is fake. But that message you just played now is what is fake. Yes.
So the message trying to say one is fake, and then the fake news is now being taken as the original news, and the original news is now fake as far as the federal government is fake. And so we have a combination of fake government, fake news, fake counter news.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, Doctor?
Dr. Johnson, let me just say, because I was still speaking, what is actually happening, there is a COVID-19 third wave in Nigeria.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, take it or leave it. And why they are afraid, why they have talked of lockdown is the Ramadan is finishing today, their Salah starts tomorrow.
Okay,
and it is always after these ceremonies that the wave just jumps up. And then we have this challenge of the South African variant of the virus, which we are told is very, very, very vicious and very lethal, and mutates quickly, and it is in Nigeria. And then the Indian experience, those who went for those festival, Ganges River Festival, are back in Nigeria. And then we have the other challenges coming from Turkey. And the government doesn't want to close down our airspace because this.
Okay, Nat, tell us, how will they celebrate the Salah? Will it be social distancing? Will it be face mask? Or you think the Muslims in Nigeria are going to say, look, we want to enjoy and celebrate?
This is not the first time we have had Salah during pandemic. Last year, we had the same problem. The Sultan of Sokoto, who is the head of all Muslims in Nigeria, gave direct instruction that people shouldn't go to Eid prayer ground. But the governors did a different thing. Everybody went out. The president has said no celebrations. Everybody should stay in his house, but people will still go out.
Wow, and that's what caused the problem in India.
Yes, festivals, ceremonies, no social distancing, no face mask, and Nigerian had said COVID is gone, and some say it was never even there in the first place.
Nat, let's try and look for good news for Nigeria. I mean, let's bring our viewers some good news. I'm telling you, I don't want to be depressed by these fake people of fake news and fake counter news. Let's try and see. I understand that the children of Lagos, they have looked for a way to take their mind off bad governance, and they now go into games like chess, that they play chess games now. And I tell you, you don't really know what these children will become. So in far away suburbs of Lagos, where you will never imagine they will be playing chess, and where you will never imagine that such things will be happening in Nigeria. They've been doing. Let's watch this video as people have gone to the slums and they've seen that the game of chess is working.
Michael Omoyole is a budding young chess player who lives in Nigeria's slums. He practices at home in a room with concrete walls marked with water stains and peeling blue paint. Omoyele was inspired by the 2016 film Queen of Katwe, about a girl who escapes poverty in a Kenyan slum through chess. The 14-year-old says he hopes the game will do the same for him.
To live here is hard, and I take many processes to survive. Sometimes no food, scarcity of food, and you sometimes work in order to get food to eat. And from winning chess games, I believe I can do more better in becoming a champion and being wealthy also.
Omoyele practices with dozens of other children in the Majidun neighborhood of Lagos. Playing on plastic mats printed with chessboards, they're intently focused and overseen by 26-year-old Babatunde Onakoya.
Nigeria is in a crisis because 30 million children cannot afford to be in school. So this is why we are teaching them chess, as a way to raise a new generation of intellectuals. Children that will be curious enough to question everything, that will be curious enough to innovate.
Onakoya founded Chess in Slums Africa in 2018. He says the game helped him rise from his own deprived childhood in Lagos, and now he hopes to do the same for other children across the continent.
So through chess, we hope to unlock the potential of these children, get them off the streets, get them back to school, and help set a new trajectory for their lives.
Something good is coming out of Nigeria. I remember David Oyelowo doing that film. Fantastic film from Kenya, how a young lady and a young family, they all went on this trip of chess playing, and it was fantastic. If that could inspire our young men, I tell you, someone young as 10 has been involved in playing this same chess. Rose from Nigeria. Parents ran away from Nigeria, went to the United States, and today he's becomes the chess master of the USA. You need to watch this man called Tani. He's a young man. He's a young man of 10. You need to watch this man called Tani. Please, let's have a look and a taste of Tani playing in the United States of America as the boss.
A boy from right here in New York City is now America's youngest chess master ever. And get this, he's 10 years old. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles.
This one is I think this is the young readers edition.
At the age of 10, Tani Oduwimi is a published author and the youngest chess master in the country. Not an easy distinction earned at any age. He appeared on Good Morning America Monday morning.
So how I first came to chess was definitely back in Nigeria, where I saw my dad's computer, and I saw this app. It was just called Chess. I didn't really know what it was. I just looked at it for 1 minute, then I left. But when we came to America, I actually played on a real board with my brother.
We first met Tani 2 years ago, when at the age of 8, he won the New York State Chess Championship in the K through 3rd grade division. At that time, his family was living in a Manhattan homeless shelter. His father, a successful business owner and Christian in Nigeria, was forced to suddenly flee the country after being hunted by the Islamic extremist group Boko Haram. Tani's 2019 championship win brought an outpouring of support, and a GoFundMe page raised more than $250,000 to help the family get on their feet.
After school, I play every day. I just play for the whole time.
An after-school pastime turned passion turned chess master.
It feels very wonderful, feels very good, because I've been trying to get it for some time now, since the pandemic, so it feels very relieving to get the title.
Tani's brilliance even impressing former President Bill Clinton. Now the family is hoping to develop and inspire other young minds, has started a foundation to help kids learn and participate in chess tournaments. This as the prodigy sets his sights on a new goal.
Me becoming Grandmaster.
Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
I wouldn't count this kid out. I'm sure he will become that. And we have more chess winners in our area to celebrate. This team from PS 59 in Manhattan beat out 46 other teams from across the country to win their K-5 national competition.
Channel 7 there. Thank you very much. Nat, do you know how to play chess?
No, I don't.
I better take you. I'm paying your next airfare to America, straight to Tani's house. He will accommodate you and teach you chess because it looks like it's the next thing in Nigeria, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. But I think it's really not the location; it is the individual that matters. Playing chess, you need some level of intelligence. You need some level of dexterity. You have to be strategic and calculated. So wherever you might take Tani as he is now, even if you take him to Afghanistan or Iraq, he will still be a master chess player. And one more addition, the challenge we have in Nigeria and in fact other parts of the world, we now have this digital divide, the analog and the digital, the old school and the new school. We don't know.
Mark, thank you very much, Nat. Mark, we've been told that Nigerians are not the problem, but leaders in Nigeria are the problem. It looks like most Nigerians are making it all over the world. Only the leaders are failing them at home. What do you say?
Very correct, Dr. Shogun. That's so true. Obviously, the environment in Nigeria, the factors in Nigeria does not, it doesn't encourage excellence that much. In fact, we give kudos to Nigerians that have been able to do a lot of exploits inside Nigeria because they really went beyond. They should be applauded. The young men in sports, in movie making, in Nollywood, in everything. These young youth, these young men and ladies have really shown how very, very, very resilient and determined and powerful they are. The environment doesn't encourage. I mean, a lot of us left because we couldn't stand that very this encouraging environment factors there. Let me say something about chess. I play chess too. Yes, I play chess. It's a very beautiful game.
So are you the master? Are you the master player in Italy?
Well, I've been waiting to see who can take me out, but nobody in the African community so far.
Oh, come on!
Yes, I did a competition.
Come on, boast a little bit.
Yes, no, really. I mean, I'm talking about our community, the African community in Italy. I've not seen anybody yet. Chess is good because chess builds the mind. Chess helps your IQ. Chess is a game. In fact, listen to this short story. Do you know that there is this mafia clan here in Italy, the mafia family? Do you know that the best mafia family in Italy were discovered to be good chess players? So they were able to understand the act of moving the chess, the pawn, the king, the queen, and all that. And they use that also practically in their business. And that's a clan called Indragati.
Okay, right? Okay, wait a minute, because when you talk about the Italian mafia, I'm a little bit scared. Okay, seriously, Tani, if Tani was to meet either David Oyelowo, the man who played the main actor in that film, the Nigerian youth was relating to, or should meet President Buhari, who of the two do you think he should meet?
Well, meeting Buhari will do nothing. It won't add anything to him because in the first place, Tani left Nigeria because of the problem they caused. So going back to meet him and tell him whatever does not add up to his life. Meeting Oyelowo.
I met Oyelowo a few times myself.
Yes, Oyelowo is better. I mean, that's a role model for so many people, many young Nigerians and Africans. And Tani is such a gifted child. Tani is on his way to the top. We used to have the Russians as very good chess players. But with Tani, it looks like Africa will soon become good chess players, because Tani he's being good in the States, has hobnobbed with the ones in Africa. Look at what is happening in the slums of Majidi. And
you are right, because it will bring about multipliers effect. You
yes,
are so right.
Yes.
And on this occasion, we at UDecide, we want to give kudos to David Oyelowo. You have acted so many films we cannot recount on this program, but so many times they have always been educative, uplifting to the Black Lives Matter. And David Oyelowo, we thank you. And for those who are supporting you in all the roles, all the films you have been made to act, I can't recall all, but I remember interviewing you on a few occasions on the red carpet. David Oyelowo, thank you for the inspiration you give all our young people in Nigeria. We will go on a short break. When we return, Hadiza Bala Usman, suspended, sacked, or what? You need to know the politics going on at the Nigerian Post Authority. Bode George fell at the last stage of Nigerian Post Authority. Hadiza Bala Usman has been suspended. You want to listen to all of these. And I tell you, so many good news still about Nigeria coming on this program. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ben Television has been going for almost 2 decades now, representing the African, Caribbean, and ethnic communities in the diaspora, especially based in the United Kingdom. We have been providing content, various programs to empower, make an intervention, deliver, and enlighten the mainstream community about what it is to be a BAME in the United Kingdom. For almost 2 decades, this has been our ethos, bridging the gap. Now we seek for your support and partnership in delivering what we need to achieve in the coming generation for our youth, either through training, mentorship, empowerment for their entrepreneurial skill, talent, and in their business. Ben Television, bridging the gap, you're welcome to be with us. Thank you very much for joining and being partners of Ben TV, creating that bridge between the mainstream and the other communities in the United Kingdom and in Europe.
It has been 1 year of coronavirus, and that sickness has affected the whole globe. The aftermath will even be worse, the way the scientists are telling us. And we believe that we need to counter it right now. If 1 million souls should do good to 1 other million souls, it will be a better place. So we want to start this project. 1 million souls to do good to 1 million souls. Why don't you join us? You don't have to register anywhere. Follow me on Twitter at Segun Johnson UK for daily tips. There we show you how to do good to 1 person. Always remember, 1 million souls, do good to 1 million souls.
Thanks for staying with us. UDecide program will give you, in fact, the information and analysis, but at the end of the day, you decide. We had this news that the former managing director of Nigerian Post Authority has been suspended. Hadiza Bala Usman, from a great family, rose to that post through the help, we understand, of Governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai. But what's going on? Why was she removed? And did Amaechi the transport minister in Nigeria have a hand in this one? We need to know, because things don't happen in Nigeria. They happen within political understanding. Nat, can you please bring us up to date? What's going on with the life of Hadiza Bala Usman? Yeah, you were fraudulent. I'm not fraudulent. That's the story. Nat, where are you?
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. Hadiza Bala Usman, mother of two, former Chief of Staff to the Governor of Kaduna State, Yarufai, co-founder of Bring Back Our Girls, Chibok Girls, and then the suspended MD and Chief Executive of Nigerian Sports Authority. Nigerian Sports Authority is a parastatal under the Ministry of Transportation in Nigeria. And so the Ministry of Transportation oversees the functions of the Nigerian Sport Authority. The Bala Hadiza Usman just got a renewal of second time in office in January 2021. And in May, early May 2021, the Minister of Transport, Chief Rotimi Amechi, also a former Speaker, Rivers State Assembly, former governor, two-term governor of Rivers State, and the current minister, did a memo or a letter to the presidency reporting Hadiza for not remitting monies from MPA to the national coffers. Depending upon whom we are hearing, the money runs into billions, money runs into trillions over the 5 years or 6 years Hadiza Bala Usman has been there. And so that is where we are now. A committee has been inaugurated by the Minister of Transport to investigate. This time around, the committee is not investigating the Nigerian Sports Authority management, but just limited to the Managing Director and Chief Executive, which is Bala Usman. And so this is the situation where we are now. The presidency normally should appoint that committee, but the committee membership, chairman membership, was appointed by the Minister of Transport. And Bala Usman has also been telling her own side of the story via the press. So let's see how it pans out. Let's see what the committee result looks like and what next.
Okay, Mark, what do you see to that? Because it looks like there is a war within the political class. What's going on? How do you read it?
Thank you, Dr. Shagun. Dr. Nat has said it all. Hadiza is caught up in between two strong forces. Like the allegation says, is a non-remittance of Dr. Nat. I think it's about 163.3 billion naira surplus. Is a surplus of the NPA that should have been put into a consolidated revenue fund, but she refused to do that. However, she's on suspension now, but there is still growing pressure from the presidency by some stakeholders. NPA is a big revenue outlet for the federal government. So who sits there matters. And somehow El Rufai was able to put the lady, Madam Hadiza Bala Usman. So there is pressure going on so many things. As at yesterday, there were countless of discussions, meetings, and everything for an appointment of a new chairman or an alternative chairman for the probing of Hadiza, because her probing matters to know what has gone wrong with that surplus, those billions of naira. And so in the other side also, some governors are pleading with the presidency to leave her and stop the suspension. Some people are also backing Amechi and the Minister of Transport. Some people are also on his own camp. So there's so much about this whole thing. We are still looking at occurrences. Maybe by the end of this week, we'll be able to understand exactly what is going on and who's to replace, and what is the effect of the transport minister in all this. Because some people are saying that he's violating the administrative process of MPA, of the MD of MPA's duty. So much talk, so much hila baloo. As we know, our country is always like that. Nothing goes smooth.
Mark, let me quickly ask you a question. Do you think this is a fight for 2023? You know, some political balance or imbalance, or they're trying to change the balance for 2023 positioning?
That's it, Dr. Shagun. You've said it. Dr. Shagun, you have the ideas. So what do we say? That's just what it means. You know, 2020. All politicians, everybody in Nigeria's radar is all active and so hyper looking up to the 2023. 2023 is like a year of the forces. You know,
since the election of Buhari for the second term, we have never had anything about governance but 2023 election. So it's all about election. Nobody's talking about governance, and it's so sad. But let's see, the southern governors, they met together in Delta State, Asaba, Delta State, and they released a communique. I'm going to read part of this communique, but I really want you to read meaning into this communique. The communique says, communique issued at the conclusion of the meeting of the governors of Southern Nigeria in Government House, Asaba, Delta State, on Tuesday, the 11th May 2021. Now, I want you to listen carefully. Their first statement. The governors affirm that the peoples of Southern Nigeria remain committed to the unity of Nigeria on the basis of justice, fairness, equity, and oneness and peaceful coexistence between and among his people, with a focus on the attainment of shared goals for economic development and prosperity. Now, they said they remain to one Nigeria on the basis. I hope somebody is underlining on the basis, which means these people are shifting focus from an extreme right to the center, that look, we will be committed to Nigeria, one Nigeria, on the basis, which basis? Of justice, fairness, equity, and oneness and peaceful coexistence. Nobody running over another person. Nobody saying, I'm going to take your land. And then it says, with a focus on the attainment of shared goals for economic development, because it appears some states in the north are not interested in economic development. That's what they're trying to say. And that is not our shared focus. It can never be our shared focus. And therefore, they are trying to make points here. Now, they went on to give about other 10 statements, but let me leave it at these and hear the views of my colleague. Nat, what is your first reaction to the rest of these, or to what I've just raised?
Well, my first reaction is that maybe 2 or 3 days ago, the governors of those geopolitical zones, Southeast, South, and Southwest, just did a 360-degree change on succession, succession and self-determination. Because all this while, the southern Nigeria have been agitating for, especially the Southeast, though they will say it is IPOP, but they are all the same. The problem with the thing that there are 17 states in the South. 15 were at the meeting yesterday. 2 were absent, represented by their deputies. Cross River was not there, and the Osun State was not there. And so that communique, 10 points or 12 points, is, I don't think that is the real thing. We have not had the real thing. We're waiting to see what happens in the next 1 month or thereabout. That is my
That's my reaction. That's what we did. Mark, did you see on the basis of justice and equality, did you see those ones there that they are making a statement?
Yes, sir. They are obviously making a statement. The governors converging in Asaba Delta State yesterday, Tuesday, May 2021, is a very significant happening. That meeting discussed several issues that matters, issues that are very, very, very important now in Nigeria. Security, open cattle grazing, and restructuring of Nigeria. And like Dr. Nat said, the 12-point resolution, it is important the federal government listens to them, because we've come to that now. This is it. This is the end of every situation if nothing is done to this 12-point resolution. So the focal point in that is security, and that open cattle grazing is such an important issue. Yes, because
I think they hit the nail on the head. They sent a good message.
Exactly.
They sent a message there. Yeah.
Yes, sir. They did. Because that was what also started some of these kidnapping and banditry that we're seeing now. Because these cattle areas were allowed to move around Nigeria. Can you imagine that? In a time like this, people carrying cows going move. I was in Kaduna back in the days, and I witnessed that. Sometimes cows will pass through our campus, that's ABU, and desiccate everywhere, mess up the whole place. But we are used to that. But it's abnormal. Nobody does that in this time. In fact, you gain more when your cows, your animal, your flock is in a position. So the governors have all spoken with one voice. We thank God it wasn't a political thing. It wasn't a party thing. You know, they came together to speak for their people, because it has come to this. So they didn't come to talk of APC and PDP. It is
it appears that it's not only the governors, the southern governors that have come together. Many other groups are now making a statement which is becoming very, very germane to the unity of Nigeria. Listen to these bishops after their own meeting. These bishops, you need to listen to them. These are Nigerian bishops who have come together to voice what they believe the government should hear.
I stand here with the Catholic bishops of the southeast of Nigeria. We just ended an emergency meeting on the state of the nation. And here we are, greeting you, our people in Nigeria and beyond Nigeria. The state of Nigeria in different parts of our country, with so much violence, insecurity, and anxiety, is a source of major concern to us bishops. That is why we had to have this meeting. And in the process, we have addressed a number of issues that are bothering us and which are part of the reason for the worrisome nature of our country today. First of all, the injustice, the insecurity that is very noticeable at various levels of government, and the high-handedness with which government and security personnel approach various segments of this nation. And this has led to a lot of public outcry, public dismay and disappointment. And in the light of this, there are provocations and reactions from the people because they would like government to respond to the genuine needs and outcry of the people. And so we come speaking to you, our people, at various levels of government and across the nation, to see that this nation is in grave danger unless we bring a new spirit, a new approach. So we challenge the government to look into security matters and restrain those who are using weapons of various sorts to intimidate people and to create this unrest. We expect a stoppage of the carnage that is taking place in farmlands in various locations. We also challenge people at large to recognize that every human life is sacred. And as fellow citizens, we need to cherish one another, bring a spirit of respect, of mutual appreciation, so as to minimize and eliminate the bad blood that is circulating in Nigeria and that has created this sense of dismay in our country. God created us and made us to live as a great country, but as it is now, this country is a source of dismay across. But we look forward, we rely on God to continue to direct us to the more noble path in this nation.
It is good to note that the lopsidedness of application of justice by the government is worrisome. For example, the government has found it necessary to disarm those who are struggling for self-defense, while leaving those armed herdsmen, bandits, and what have you, who are mesmerizing, killing, maiming, and destroying people. Instead of addressing the source of the problems, addressing the cries of the people, they are crushing those who are crying. The government should be fair in their dealings with the people. We rely on God who never fails. We call on all men and women of goodwill to continue to pray. Nothing is impossible with God. Do not be afraid. God will deliver us. The Almighty God bless all of you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Peace be with you.
And with your spirit. Well, you have had it all. These are the holy men of Nigeria. They are making it very clear and they are praying. And I'm sure the Muslims are praying as well. Every Nigerian is praying. And we hope something will be done. But just in case you've never been to Nigeria or the northern part of Nigeria, or you don't know the intensity of what is going on in Nigeria, this is not hyped and this is not fake. Have a taste of what it looks like trying to rescue the Afaka 29. This is a taste of how the war zone could be. And we see how Greenfield University students being held. We still have the Dapchi girls being held. We have some of the Chibok girls being held. And now just have a look, have a taste of what is going on in the scene there. Please bring us that scene where some people were released, and it could be harrowing. The viewer's discretion is put up here.
These people that are exchanging fire with us, they have released some people right now, presently now. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. They are releasing them, they are releasing them, they are coming. Now people, now people. No fire, now people, they are releasing them right now. We are firing and they are releasing them. We are firing and they are releasing them. Those are the people running, those are the people coming. Those are the people coming. Look at them, let's tape them. And look at them coming. They are coming. This is one. We just make contact. They are coming. They are coming. Let's go. Let's go. Correct. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That is our RPG. They are releasing them. They are releasing them. Look at them. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. Yeah, come. Muje, come back. How many of them? How many of them? There are plenty. These are them. These are the people they release. Kai, stand up. Go that side. Go that side. These are the people they are, and they are coming. Zomana! Those are the people that have released them. Yakuri Danzuru, Yakuri. This is RPG man, is gas out. Yakuri. Yes.
Nigeria is at war. Now.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Well, the war has been on for some years now. But it is the federal government of Nigeria that denying to accept that Nigeria is at war. They keep talking of ragtag army, but the Boko Haram and the other insurgents, they are more armed than the federal armed forces, and we know that the non-state actors have more arms in their hands, light and small arms and weapons. We've been on now, this fighting has been on for the past 11, getting to 12 years now, and it's not coming to an end. The issue of the strategy adopted by the government is not working. The issue of service chiefs have been changed. They marked their 100 days in office yesterday. The situation doesn't seem to be improved. The National Security Council met 3 times in a week, and the president was supposed to release new guidelines for fighting insurgency, especially new strategies for the Southeast and the South-South. But I thought they should be released immediately. The acting Inspector General of Police says he has deployed his men, he has changed strategy, but it's not working. The National Security Advisor came to say that the drugs is playing a role in the insurgency in Nigeria. So here we are, and AFRICOM is not forthcoming. America has said Nigeria is not a priority. West Africa is no priority. They have more serious challenges, both domestic and outside the USA. So we might end up in going back to South Africa, the machinery that Jonathan had hired, and they were here fighting around 2014, 2015, and they were making some progress. So this is where we are now.
I want to ask Mark in Milan. Mark, we are pretending that we are not in war, but it's real. Some people even came I don't know whether they are federal government agents. They say, oh, that video was a fake. And or rather, some said, oh, that was a video proving that the Nigerian army is working. They don't believe it. Who do we believe? What do you think?
Doctor, thank you. Dr. Segun, the situation is really, sometimes it looks like a movie, you know. Anyway, we are grateful that the 27 students abducted in March from the College of Nigerian Forestry, Kaduna, has been released. Yeah, they've all been released. And some people were saying ransom was paid, 1.3 million ransom was given by the governor. Some people were saying no, they just came out. Anyway, it's a sad thing. And like Dr. Nat said, the war has been going on a long time, but the government has not owned up to it, and it has escalated to this level. The foreign bodies telling us that we can settle our issues, it's a good one, because really we can. Nigeria has all it takes to stop this thing if they truly want to stop it. Yes,
but you cannot say you have it if you truly want to do it and you refuse to do it.
That's the problem. They do it.
So you don't have it. You don't have the political will. It means you can never do it.
There is also the political will, but they you know, it all goes back to putting everything in the political term. You know, everything in Nigeria, they politicize it. So this is what happens when you put security and the safety, the lives of people. When you play politics with it, this is what happens. They can do it. We don't need to even go to South Africa to bring.
We have to go. We have to go on break right now. Sorry, Mark. Right. We just have to go on break. When we return, we still have people who have lifted us up a little bit. Chibok girls who have made it in the United States of America. Though the USA is saying Nigeria is not a priority. Listen, when USA moved into Chibok girls, they made the best out of the worst. Don't go away. We'll be bringing you one of the soul-moving stories you've ever heard. We'll be right back.
Schengen Story Magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. The articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story Magazine's full editions, celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle, inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment, a better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story Magazine. Get Schengen Story Magazine full editions.
You give yourself away for me.
Welcome back. This is You Decide. We're glad you're watching. In the midst of all these challenges Nigeria has been having, two young girls, perhaps they're more than that, have given us hope, and we must hold on to hope. I want you to watch this video as these two young girls have made it in the United States of America. We are asking the world not to give up on us. Please watch this.
Today, 100 students are still missing, but survivors Joy Bashara and Lydia Pogu were among the few who were able to escape. And just last week, 7 years and 16 days after their kidnapping and their harrowing escape, we are so happy to say that Joy and Lydia were able to celebrate a momentous occasion. Yes, their graduation from college, Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida. And there you see Joy and Lydia here today to share their powerful story. First of all, congratulations to you both. What an incredible accomplishment. You know, here was a group that was trying to stop women, stop girls from getting educated. And now you two both have college degrees. So I am so proud and so happy for both of you. And Joy, I want to begin with you because I know you've shared your story, both of you have, about how you were able to escape. Can you give us just an idea of how that was, how you were able to do that given those circumstances? Joy, I'll begin with you.
Sure. Yeah, so at the heat of that moment, we were all in the back of a truck, like 3 different trucks they took us in. So we were all in the trucks, and I just remembered wondering if I will ever be able to see my family or loved ones again. And I remember thinking of what my mom will do at that moment. And my answer came back to be prayer. So I did pray. And like 5 minutes after my prayers, there was a car that is among that the Boko Haram people were in, and it couldn't move anymore, so they needed to fix it. And due to the fact that they drove far away from town, and now we are far away, they couldn't go back and steal another car. So they had to go to fix it, back to fix it and help fix it. So at the moment when they all went back to go fix it, the whole trucks was, we were surrounded at the beginning, but now we're free and there is nothing around us to see us jump out. And I was in the last truck. So I just remembered a voice in my head saying, jump out.
What a decision. It was, you know, what you thought was between 2 different version ways of dying, but in fact, you were able to jump out and run to your freedom. Lydia, I'm curious, once you were able to get free and to run, and you were back in the arms of your parents eventually, how did you make that transition back from being in the most frightening moment of your life to trying to get back to some sort of normalcy?
After I jumped out, I personally decided that I'm not going to go back to school anymore because they advise us that wherever we go, they're going to find us. So I was under the impression that, okay, like school is no longer in my future because if I go to school, they're going to find me. So I decided to just stay with my parents until we got called, Joe and I, to come to American Embassy to talk to, you know, Congress Federal Wilson and Congress Joy, right? Yeah, to talk to her. That was how I was able to change my mind to come here because they did tell us that, oh, America is a safe country. Nobody's going to come and kidnap us and all of that. That was how I was able to, you know, reconsider my decision. But on top of that, before that decision, my parents and I, actually all of the people in Chibok, will have to leave the town by 6 p.m. to go out to the bush to go sleep because people were under the impression that the Boko Haram will come back again. So it was really hard. Even still now, the Boko Haram still attacking some villages and people sleep out, still having the fear of that. So I didn't feel safe there. Even when we went home in 2014, I didn't feel safe. So that was how.
It is hard to imagine what you all have been through physically, emotionally, mentally, and then at the same time, Joy, so many highs, so many lows, but walking across that stage, what did it feel like when you received that college diploma despite all you've been through?
It was was awesome. I felt great. I felt great because I remember being told that I will not even be able to finish high school, that I'm very dumb and I won't be able to get there. And all those harsh words at the time tore me down and made me so discouraged. But I didn't give up. At the time, I used to go to high school classes with everyone else and also taking GED lessons on the sides and stuff like that. I never gave up or listened to the negative thoughts. And walking on that stage like on last Friday, it felt great to actually put those who told me I could never graduate back to like, wow, I thought you wouldn't make it, you know what I mean? So it was exciting to walk on that stage after being told you can't do it.
They say the best revenge is success, and it looks like you've accomplished that. And I'm curious, Lydia, what else, what's next for you? You've got your diploma, you've got your degree. Where is your future headed?
So I got my degree in legal studies, which means pre-law. So I'm trying to get my master again at SCU in human services. So thank God to SCU for, offering me the opportunity to, further my future, like my education. So I'm grateful for that. So that's what I'm doing, and then going back to law school after I'm done with my master's.
Wow. I mean, it is so remarkable and incredible to see what you all have done and where you're headed next. We hope you stay in touch. But you know what? We're not the only.
Well, you had it all, and you worked it. Now, could anything good come out of Chibok?
Yeah, here we are at the advertising Chibok at the international level in God's own country, America. And so, even though their colleagues are still, some of their colleagues, 100 plus are still with the Boko Haram people, but here they are heading to pursue their master degree programs in America, and I'm sure they are good ambassadors of Chibok, ambassadors of Nigeria.
Mark, the American diplomat in talking about Nigeria said Nigeria is just not in their priority. After watching these two girls coming out of Chibok, you could just imagine how they would be 7 years ago, haggard, battered, clappered, come on. And here they are, they're just citizens of the world, worthy to emulate, going for their masters. Do you think we can use this video to make America change its mind?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Shago. But I don't think the officer said that statement in the fact that that statement was made because they know that the Nigerian government, Nigeria as a country, is up to the task to do a lot of things. They know this. Yes, they know that we can match up with whatever insurgents and terrorists that comes our way.
Okay, Mark, but before you continue, let's
yes,
watch that video to see the seriousness of what they were saying. Please give us that video to see the seriousness of what that they will not. Nigeria is just not in the priority of the world. Middle East is.
Gotten a lot of attention on Twitter. A lot of people are saying, wait, where's the outrage of for what's going on in Nigeria? We saw 4 million people marching in the streets of Paris. We saw world leaders gathering there to sort of stand in solidarity with Paris. Where are those calls for the same kind of justice for the people of Nigeria? Help us understand the difference here and maybe why we're not hearing the same level of outrage. Or is there a reason?
Yeah, good morning, Michaela. Yeah, the issue is, the stark difference, isn't it? World leaders, very prominent, linking arms, walking the Champs-Élysées, complete solidarity against this outrage against what happened in Paris, vis-a-vis what we see in Nigeria, which is truly not, it should not be surprising. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do. It would be a long-term effort, but it could be done. And the United States has the capability. All the elements of power, we have those.
So why not?
It's not a priority. That's the problem. We are committed elsewhere in the world. Black West Africa is not a priority. Very stark, very hard to say, but that's the case right now.
Well, that's it. We're just not the priority. And Mark, you think you can dissuade America from that?
Yes, we're not a priority. It's not a priority for them because take note that the English still have a hold on West Africa. Also, where you have a situation like what we have in Nigeria, where the government have not owned up, the government have truly not said, "Listen, we need help." The government is, so you don't want to dabble into something that you'll be caught in between. So it's not a priority. I'm not taking it that the officer meant it in a very mean way. It's not a priority because there are factors on the ground that cannot make it a priority. So
yeah, they have their own priority. We cannot blame them. If you can take your security as priority, why should we take your security as priority to the United States of America?
Straight up, Dr. Shegun, and I know Dr. Nat will agree to that. So if you can't own up to what is happening to you, why do you want us to come and put our hands and get caught up?
Mark, well said. Let's just move on.
Yes.
Everyone remembers this good musician, Davido, and his uncle has finally graduated. Many of us remember Senator Adeleke, who went to contest the governorship election of Osun State. Many people believe he won, but he was rigged out on technical issues. And today, another person has stepped into it. It's not unusual in Nigeria for elections to be rigged. And we believe strongly that this man should have been the governor of Osun State, but he was clearly rigged out. Many people will attest to that, but we're not going into that right now. Many people believe that he did not have a degree, even though many people call him professor. Now, Senator Adeleke, he made a big do, invited the whole world to come and watch his graduation ceremony. Finally, Senator Adeleke appeared to have got his degree in front of the world. Nobody will say he's no longer a graduate. Many politicians in Nigeria cannot say so, that they have their degree or that their degrees can be ascertained. So let's watch Senator Adeleke and the drama of this graduation ceremony.
Excuse me, one of the egg on me. Remove briefly. All the way. Excuse me.
Hallelujah. So now, is Senator Adeleke a graduate or not?
Well, my first reaction, I'm not impressed.
Go on.
Is it because when you look at his background, what he went through, and then at the end of the day, he's now graduating for a university in America. Personally, I'm not impressed.
Mark, are you impressed that finally, even if Buhari cannot show his own certificate, Tinubu's certificate is challenged, many others' certificates are challenged. Are you impressed or not that this man humbled himself, went back to university, and has one paper to show for it?
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yes, I'm impressed. Dr. Nat, I must give it to Senator Adeleke, because what he has done is to tell the oppositions to their face, look at me, and he did not just go back to school. He went to a very good school, and at his age, going back to school, he probably will double his knowledge and double his experiences that he has before. So I'm impressed. He can now challenge whatever it is there in Nigeria. I'm sure all this is also targeted towards 2023. He's probably going to come.
I'm sure he will return to Nigeria and he will meet strong opposition. Listen to this video from Senator Yerima. He said, zoning, forget about it. It's going to be a game of number. This is Senator Yerima, well-respected governor, two-term governor, now saying that, look, if Tinubu and co are expecting zoning, they should forget it. The presidency is coming back to the north come 2023. Is a game of number. Watch this one. Tinubu, watch this one.
That we all spread our hands. Aymana, go, Aymana. 1 minute, come inside.
You spoke about the Northerners preparing for 2023, and quite a number of people have said, why would this man be saying that Northerners prepare for 2023 again? Aren't there other people in Nigeria? So could you expatiate on that?
This is democracy, and democracy, we run a constitutional democracy, and constitutional democracy is all about people. It's about number. And I have no doubt in my mind, we have the number. I don't want to sound immodest. The 2015 election, 2019 election has clearly defined who is who. I'm not trying to be arrogant, and I'm also not saying that it's a thing that must be forcefully on Nigerians. But I'm saying, considering the fact that a lot of things had happened, let me make mention of two things. One was, vividly remember Obasanjo had a regime from 1999 to 2007, uninterrupted. Now, hand over power democratically to Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua only lasted 1 year. The second year, he was ill. We had an acting president in that capacity, which is Jonathan. Jonathan had 1 year. Umaru had only 1 year. Jonathan had the other year. Then subsequently, there was issue of doctrine necessity that suddenly after the demands of Yar'Adua, the second year and few months, there was issue of doctrine the necessity that made him substantive president at that time. When he becomes a president, you can now recall that Yar'Adua had only 1 year, even in his tenure. Jonathan had an acting president for 1 year and subsequently becomes substantive president for another 2 years at that first tenure of Yar'Adua regime. Now, in 2011, it's expected that Jonathan shouldn't have contested, since it's about rotational presidency and we are supposed to have uninterrupted 8 years. Right. Now there was an interruption in 2011 where Jonathan contested and won the election, even when some of us were totally against it because we knew it would come to a day like this. He won the election. Normally it is very rare and very difficult to upturn election against an incumbent government. Jonathan now got his way for second term. Now, Jonathan finished. If you put up the 8 years of Obasanjo, the 3 years of Jonathan, the 6 years of Jonathan per se, is this 6 years? Yes, this 6 years of Jonathan. You put together, you realize that if you put up your pen and paper, you realize they start to have about 15 years.
So if the North is being marginalized?
We are being marginalized, that's the language. Now, Yar'Adua had only 1 year for the northern slot. Even if Buhari successfully finishes 8 years, automatically you put together we had only 9 years. So how can you compare 9 years? Even if we are given another opportunity in 2023, if we have another one shot that we may likely going to get, God willing, we have only 13 years. Already we have been cheated for 2 years. But by the way, at least it is better to go to 13 than just end in 9.
But is it about the number of years one spends or competence? Like as our speaker today mentioned, like competence.
Are you saying that you only have the competence one in southern part of the country? We don't have them in the north?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you say northerners,
the north will produce something competent with full capacity. Certainly not what we are seeing today. We will ensure that we bring a man from northern part of this country that will be buyable, sellable to the southern people, and we have no doubt in our mind the southern people will be rest assured, will be more confident that this is truly a pan-Nigerian president we are going to produce by God's grace from 2023. And certainly we will lobby. We will call for attention. We will seek for understanding of Nigerians, and certainly it will come to pass.
Right. People, if you are saying that northerners feel marginalized in a way,
yes,
and then southerners are...
Well, you've had it all. Political mathematics, political arithmetic, political addition and subtraction, political multiplication, division, political... So the northerners are being marginalized. You've had it all. That's how far we can stop today. But if I may spend the next 2 minutes, I want you to listen to Asha, that young lady who sang in France and nobody could controvert her. And she says, "There's fire on the mountain, fire." But don't listen to me, please. But let's listen to Asha as we conclude today. God bless Nigeria.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen. I see the blood of an innocent child, and everybody's watching. Now I'm looking out my window, and what do I see? I see an army of a soldier man marching across the street. Yeah. What did it say to make you so blind to your conscience and reason? Could it be love for your country, or for the gun you use in killing? So there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. Hey, Mr. Loverman, can I get a chance to talk to you? 'Cause you are fooling with a dead man's corpse, and you don't know what you do. Oh, so little Lucy turned 16, and like the movie she's been seeing, she has a lover in her daddy. She can't tell nobody till she makes the evening news. For there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is around.
Well, that's how far we can go today. It's my job to thank our colleague from Milan, Mark Godwin, my fellow colleague in London, Nat Yakwo, and to thank also all our crew members in the studio, starting from Anthony to Olsen to Hazel. Of course, great thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Alistair Shoyode. Until next Wednesday, when we bring you the latest across the globe. My name is Segun Johnson. God bless you all. Bye.